Everybody, I've been training people for self-defense, basically for self-defense and home defense for decades now. Thousands of students. And I get the common denominator of all the challenges and the problems and what works and what doesn't work. And so when I read stories like the one we're going to hear shortly, I analyze it and put it in my mental database as to what I should do and what not do in situations like this. I've trained many people. I got a radio program every Saturday morning from 8 to 11 on KMIL 105.1 Shooter FM. And we do this. There's a special segment we have, and it's True Stories of Self-Defense coming out of the American Rifleman's The Armed Citizens column. And we just take the story for what it is and we break it down. And based on all the attorneys I've interviewed, my whole family's attorneys. So I have that mindset. I'm not an attorney, but I've got a big attorney mindset, and I know things that you should do and things you shouldn't do. And that's what I try to convey in these stories. So when you listen to the stories, listen closely. I'm not speaking just to speak. I'm speaking from years of experience of my own, years of experience from attorneys who have done cases like this, years of experience of listening to people who've been in situations, and I put it all together when it comes to the mindset of how you should be and the mechanics of operating your equipment to maximize your success rate. So check it out. All right, everybody, got another story here of self-defense, true stories of self-defense coming out of the American Rifleman's The Armed Citizens column. This one is from July 1961. Very interesting, the different types of stories depending on the decade, depending on the type of gun they're using. But I'm not really talking about this story today for weaponry, gunshots, shot placement. It's more thought process of the law. And I'm not an attorney. I'm just using common sense here. There are things you could have done back in the day in 1961, but there ain't no way you can or should do those things in today's environment. Let me read the story and I'll explain. If you got your current issue of 1961, it's page 23, July. Aroused by the sounds of a trespasser outside his home, Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Albert Stevens Jr. slipped out of bed, got his pistol, and eased out the front door. Nearby in the yard, he surprised a prowler, who meekly submitted to the judge's level gun. Police identified the arrested man as a felon with convictions for burglaries in Kansas, Missouri, and Texas. Okay. Here's my problem. Back in the day, and this, I want to focus this in if you're living in the city. If you're living in the city and you got a next door neighbor, you can pass salt to each other through the windows, you know, that type of neighborhood. If you go outside into your yard, if you leave the confines of your home and go in the yard, there's no telling what's going on out there. It could be a police officer chasing a crook who hopped the fence, is in your yard. All of a sudden you show up in your yard hearing a noise, a police officer comes and you got a gun in your hand. What do you think is going to happen? Woo, it's not good. The best thing to do in a situation like that, and here's another, once again, I keep bringing this up, my mathematical formula of mindset plus mechanics equals response time. If you're mentally prepared, thinking, hey, I got this. If you're mechanically sound, I know how to use my weapon. Why do you have to leave your house? If you're in your house and you got your weapon with you and you know your doors are locked, your windows are locked, you're safe within the confines of your home, you're calling 911 and you're saying, hey, I've got somebody outside the house, I need a police officer. Stay inside your house. Now, I may say, screw that if you're living in the country and it takes about 30 minutes for law enforcement to come and see you. Okay, you do what you want to do. There's be more cause for you to maybe go outside and check it out. But once again, this is a judge who probably thought, hey, I've got the law behind me, but it doesn't matter. Some police officer who doesn't know what's going on and thinks you're the crook because you got to identify yourself. Police officer, think about you putting the badge on and you come into a yard and there's a guy with a gun and you're chasing somebody. What are you going to do? I'd say you're probably going to get excited and maybe even shoot the individual because you think it's a threat to you. So the homeowner, this judge walking outside his door, is putting himself in harm's way. He's putting the police officer in harm's way if that's the case. I don't care about the criminal. And the criminal could do something. You're putting yourself in harm's way with the criminal. So the safe place is stay in your house, call 911, especially in this day and age. This day and age, everybody's trying to sue everybody for the slightest little thing. Back in 1961, your next door neighbor go, yeah, I get it. Good job, man. Good job. Now it's like, sue that guy. Cameras, sue him, sue him. It's all big social media stuff. So in this day and age, once again, if you can, stay in your house, call 911, be mentally prepared, be mechanically sound so that your response time is good to go in case they ever break the plane of your security. And a front porch doesn't count. Check out with your local attorney. He'll tell you, front porch doesn't count. They must break in or attempting to break in for you to do deadly force. So I just wanted to bring that up. Think about your scenario, where you live. If something was to happen outside, do you live in the city? Do you live in the country? What's the response time of law enforcement? Is it just you? Are you the only one who's going to save yourself? Well, then all bets are off when it comes to law enforcement. You take care of yourself. That's an opinion from me. I'm not telling you what to do. It's an opinion from me as to what I would do, okay? But if you're in town and you got law enforcement a few minutes away, I'd call them, sit back, relax, get a drink, and hold your firearm because you are mentally prepared and mechanically sound, and your response time is good to go. So think about it.